Hey, Austin, you know how you want to do sometimes like one-shots for Dice Funk, sometimes for like themes and settings and stuff like that that maybe don't have enough to cover an entire season's worth of material, but are still interesting and worth exploring, and how there's like a whole multitude of various different fantasies and flavors and areas across all of essentially fiction and even just reality that we could explore for the purpose of Dungeons & Dragons adventuring?
No, this is a foreign concept to me. I've never considered it. I don't think anyone ever has. It's alien.
Okay.
Frightening.
Well,
eldritch even.
You would not believe the D&D campaign I'm writing about the death of Archduke Ferdinand.
It's mind-blowing.
It's going to change everything.
He got shot in the head, right? That's the only way that joke works.
Well, Austin, with all of the various different places that we could go with a starting session for this, right? With all the different flavors, maybe we do a cowboy world first or something like that. Or maybe we're like, hey, why don't we do like a Super Mario thing where you jump into like a painting and it's full of like water things and you have to eat mushrooms to grow large. I thought all that stuff was lame, so I was like, let's just do sports instead, the thing all of our audience
Yeah, I
loves.
love sports, dude. I'm going to flex the entire episode.
Man, that Venn diagram for sports fans and D&D fans is like a perfect circle. So, all that overlap.
I'm looking forward to all of our listeners who, upon hearing this, are going to say like, ooh, I've been always waiting for when Dice Funk and traditional combat sports intersected in my favorite medium. This is perfect.
The niche within a niche within a niche of the actual play RPG podcast where D&D players talk about sports. It's just us four. Or how many people are in this call? 5, 8, 12.
You see, when you play as many sports as we do, you get brain damage and you forget how to count. So
It's the CTE hour with your hosts, us. We should introduce ourselves.
We should. So I'll just introduce myself very quickly because a lot of people who are listening to Dice, there's not a contingency of listeners who will be coming in solely for the sports related aspect of this, I presume. It's not like this is going to get cross posted to like our NFL and a huge number of listeners will be first experiencing Dice Funk this way.
I will say if this was NFL themed, it'd be very difficult with just the number of players we got.
Yeah, well, potentially. I didn't mention this before. You're all playing 7 different characters. So.
Oh, well, that'll be interesting.
Good luck. No, my name...
That won't be hard to edit.
My name is Chris, Christopher Larios, sometimes known as RolloT, and I will be the Dungeon Master for this setting, which means expect a lot of low effort and a lot of shenanigans. Now, the players should introduce themselves.
I don't want to.
That was the whole thing. You didn't even tell us about your show, Weekly Manga Recap, that you can support at patreon.com/weekly manga recap.
Why would I say that when Nick is here?
Oh,
What?
Fine. Fuck you then. I don't care. I'm Austin Yorski. This is my show. I'm in charge. No, you're the DM. I'm going to play a player, which usually means I just shriek until I ruin your story.
That's fine. I mean, it's really hard to ruin this.
Okay.
There's not a lot. There's not that many moving pieces for you to like stick a wedge between.
He's going to railroad us back onto the field.
Yeah, not many ferrets in this one shot, Austin.
You don't know that. But yeah, I'm Austin Yorski. Blah, blah, blah. The intro stuff. Patreon.com/Austin Yorski. This is the show. Do we talk about our characters first? I don't know how you want to do it.
No, just introduce yourselves first, because there are some voices here that people who maybe haven't listened to the show before, or maybe haven't listened to some of the extra stuff like Shard Point, maybe haven't heard some of these voices before, because at least 2 of the people here would be brand new to people if they've just listened to the regular seasons of the show.
Okay, let's get to the exciting new voices then.
Oh, I guess that's me, and also him. I'm Nick. I go by Nick F Time on Twitter, NIKFTIME. And along with Chris, when he's not doing stuff for Dice Funk, we host a podcast where we talk about manga called Weekly Manga Recap. And we have the best friendship, as in, I swear to God, Chris, if you kill my character, I will hunt you down and destroy you. I was in the...
But what will you do if I have someone fall in love with your character?
Well, obviously then I'll have to suck your dick.
Okay. That's the only
There
2
we
ways
go.
this goes.
Yeah,
Fair.
Exactly. All right. So with now that you've got that branching path, you've got to carefully consider which one you're going to have me go down. I have I was in the Sharp Point Academy one shot that Skitch ran for Dice Funk, and that's pretty much, if you listen to Dice Funk, the only time you'll have heard of me, except I'm sure all the many, many times that Chris has talked about what a great co-host I am. So
I do often. I tell a lot of people that I wouldn't be here today if not for Nick.
Although what I don't know is that he says that I wouldn't be here if Nick treated me better.
I wouldn't be here if Nick would just let me spread my wings and fly.
Hi, I'm Peter Bowman. You can usually find me online as MechaGM. That's my Twitter handle, my YouTube channel, etc. I run a couple of podcasts with a couple of friends of mine, one of which is the Surly Grognard's Tabletop Gaming Podcast that I do with my friend Eric. We talk about gaming and nerd culture in general. And then with Eric and our mutual friend Gav Leaf, we do a roughly once a month podcast on anime that we watch together. It's called 3 Men and an Anime. Basically, we watch a series as a group together online, and then we spend an hour to 2 hours, sometimes longer, nattering on about whether we liked it or not.
And there should be links in the description of the episode for everything everyone's saying, so you don't have to memorize everyone's Twitter handle, YouTube channel, Patreon, Instagram, secret.
Dedicate this to memory.
Secret sexy Snapchat.
Yeah. I also stream video games on Twitch at twitch.tv/MechaJam, and I usually am running D&D/RPG campaigns. I've just been on break for about a year. I have run games with both Chris and Nick in the past. Nick a lot more than Chris, but Chris is in the first game I ran on stream.
It was a good time. I had an axe. I cut people in half.
Hey, everybody, I'm Johnny Maloney, and I don't know any of these guys, which is completely untrue, actually. You may recognize me from the first and second season of Dice Funk, as well as the Shard Point one-shots that Skitch has been running on the side. Used to run a podcast with Austin Yorski and Leon Thomas called Word Funk that is now, unfortunately, defunct. If you want to support me, you can climb a tall bluff on a blustery day and let the wind gently embrace your cheeks.
I just took my pants off.
Well, that's the second step.
That's not a joke. That just really happened. It's really hot in Florida right now.
I mean, yes, he's correct. Yeah.
I'm also handsome, so
Extraordinarily so.
Oh, I didn't realize we were supposed to talk about how hot we were. Okay, so
I was just commenting earlier, I don't think anyone heard me, how Johnny's avatar in Roll20 is extraordinarily handsome and dashing.
Which you yourself can actually see if you choose it as a player avatar in Pillars of Eternity 1 or 2.
Oh, is that actually you?
That is actually me. That is, I contributed to the Pillars of Eternity Kickstarter at the tier where I was drawn in as a possible player avatar. So that is actually a portrait of me.
He's also a character in Wasteland 2 and Shadowrun Returns, I think.
Yep, and FTL as well. I can be picked up as an NPC in FTL.
God. He's so popular and beloved.
I'm in more video games than I deserve to be. So,
so with all the everyone introduced, I'm going to first talk about what we're going to be doing before we talk about the characters, because some of you might be like, RallyBall, the fuck is that? And that's a good question, because I had
that exact wording of it. What is it is a terrible way of asking it, but the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
Now there you
that
go.
Put some oomph on it. So when I decided to do a sports one shot, I first went through and I was like, are there any really good sports that just involve 4 people on a team? And the answer to that is not really. And it wasn't particularly exciting for the ones that I did find. So I had to make up a sport. So that is why we are here with RallyBall, which is an amalgam of a lot of different kinds of sports, mostly contact ones, because this is Dungeons & Dragons. And the primary way that the creators wanted you to interact with everything in the world is to fight it. So
the golf duo test episode that we did did not go well.
No, it didn't. You guys just kept fighting the sand traps, and I had to explain that there weren't actually monsters in them.
They were asking for it.
There could have been a sand line at the bottom there somewhere.
That is fair. I should have expected that. So the game that they're going to be playing is called RallyBall. And the idea behind RallyBall is it is 2 teams of 4 on opposite sides that basically one turn at a time try to do a rally where they try to get a ball into a goal. It's the most simple way that a sport can ever be. And obviously, like all simple sports, the complexity is in how the players try to do that, because the other team is going to do everything in their power to try to keep them out of that goal. And we'll explain more of the rules kind of as we get into it. But the only thing to note is that there's no positions in the game, the exception of one, which is the goalie. And that's just the one person whose job is to make sure that ball never goes into that hole against them. And who is the goalie for your guys' team?
It's me, Austin.
Do we dance now? Like,
Austin.
We did not rehearse this. So I am playing a character who is the goalie. Not a good sentence to start with. Okay, so my character is named Dominique Hasek. She is a half-orc. She's a level 7 monk. She is lawful good. I could read some of the stuff here, but the important thing is that in order to keep the ball out of the hole, hoop, net?
Basically, think Stargate, but...
Okay, out of the portal.
Out of the Stargate. It actually literally is a portal, but yes.
Good, because Chris said, like, if someone wants to be goalie, make sure you have a ranged attack so you can interact with the players who are far away. And it would have been easy to make a ranger who has, like, a sports equivalent of a bow and arrow or something. But there's a kind of monk who can shoot, like, chi blasts out of their hands, and I thought that would be an interesting way to take it. It's the Way of the Sun Soul is what the class archetype, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. So she sits back in the goal and she like uses basically like sun punches to shoot beams across the field to attack people. It is going to be wild. Just to read a little bit from her personality stuff. Basically, she has an unhealthy obsession with a team mascot, which we need to talk about at some point. As a lawful good character, she is a rules lawyer. She is very committed to fair play and being kind of a buzzkill because she wants to be the very best, like no one ever was, and she will kick you in half to get there. But she is lawful good. She loves rules. She loves winning, and she's half an orc. What's the other half? No one knows.
Mystery.
I say we make the team mascot just like a cup of room temperature pudding.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll put that on the list.
Yeah, well, let's go through the characters first, and then we're going to talk a bit about your team. Because you guys, we're actually going to be starting out midway into a match. So we're going to jump right into it once we get our characters done.
In media res.
Mm-hmm.
That's that shit I love. But yeah, one more time, Dominique is her name. That's what people call her, half-orc monk.
And what level are you?
I'm a level 7 monk, which means I have extra attack, so I can shoot double the beams.
Double beams.
And I can spend key points, which is a monk thing, to use my bonus action to shoot more beams. So it's gonna be one of those kind of things.
I like this. Who would like to go next?
It's me, Johnny. I would like to go next.
All right. Okay. All right. Next.
Jesus, Johnny, calm down. All right. Yeah, you can go next.
I will be playing a level 7 rogue by the name of Dirk McNabb, but everybody calls him Slippy. I am a dual-wielding rogue, armed with a rapier and a hand axe. I keep a javelin strapped to my back as well, just in case I need to throw something long and hard.
Or, in case we need to throw you.
I mean, you can do that as well.
Are we not reflavoring these D&D weapons to be like lacrosse sticks, or are they just axes?
So here's the thing, is that RallyBall is deliberately a combat sport in the D&D universe, with the intention being that it was a way to say, like, if you guys all just roll into this with like 3 barbarians wielding giant battle axes, that's not out of character. You could use the lacrosse stick. I'm not stopping you. This is a world where like level 1 characters can bend the fabric of reality, so the world can kind of justify everything you need to. So it's all what you want.
Yeah. So I've got the rapier because, of course, finesse weapons. I might be able to, if I ever get to, like, double team on one of the opponents, do some hard damage in the end zone. And the hand axe I can also throw for my sneak attack damage as well. Hopefully I'm not going to be the first casualty of this match, but I predict that I in fact will.
That's not good.
Next up, it's me, Nick. This is what I sound like now.
Yeah, that's definitely exactly what my voice sounds like.
Wow,
yeah.
That's amazing. It's uncanny.
I am playing a dwarf fighter named Ellis Fartek. I wield a great sword and am basically very much the kind of like I'm a rock that hits you kind of style for a dwarf fighter. Fartek has been playing this game, not this game in particular, but this sport for a very long time. In fact, this is actually my third time coming out of retirement. I was just going to pretend to come out of retirement this time, just to get the interest in my name up so I could get the endorsements back. But then someone actually signed me, so here I am again. But
I can't believe you stole my voice, you son of a bitch.
Was it planned that this was going to happen before Brett?
It was going to be Peyton/Eli Manning, but then a much better idea came by.
Until Brett Favre claims his Twitter was or his Instagram was hacked, where he was like, "I'm coming out of retirement, everybody."
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, we believe you, Brett. That you wouldn't have done that normally. Like, come on.
He's usually so good with his social media use.
And technology in general.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of sports jokes, folks. Buckle the fuck up.
Peter.
Yeah, so I am playing Jacq Henson, or Jack. Depends on. He's always said Jacq, but it's spelled in a way that it's very easily pronounced Jack, and he honestly doesn't care. Jack is very, very happy-go-lucky sort of somewhat long, sort of scraggly, long shoulder-length hair, thick glasses, sort of a dull, bemused look on his face most times. He's very protective of his teammates and doesn't really care much about the rules.
Ooh, we have the bad boy on the team.
Tell me about Jack's class, Peter.
Jack is a barbarian. He moves very quickly and likes hitting things very hard. That whole scoring thing, he doesn't really understand that. He understands hitting people. And I will say that the one thing that you don't want to do around Jack is actually injure one of his teammates.
Interesting.
That's when he gets real serious.
So we have barbarian, fighter, and rogue out in the field. Those are really high damage classes. And then in the goal, we have a monk, and I'm just doing fucking kick flips and back flips and ollies over here with all my dexterity.
So, as I mentioned, you guys are right in the middle of a match. We're currently in the start of the game of RallyBall currently happening. This is a big event. There is essentially, so to not place this directly in the Dice Funk universe, but to say that it perhaps exists at least within a parallel universe of the Dice Funk universe. RallyBall was a semi-popular sport at one time. It was called the NRL, National RallyBall League. Then it became the WRL, as it became kind of covering the whole plane of the prime material. Then it became the IPRL, the Interplanar RallyBall League. And now, with the discovery of space travel, it is the GRL, hopefully soon, the Galactic RallyBall League.
Oh, dear.
So RallyBall has become an excessively popular sport. A lot of companies sometimes sponsor teams, and they create big tournaments, and there's a big dream to get to the big bowl at the end of it. And there's a lot.
The Christmas Bowl.
I didn't name it specifically, but it can be that, basically, yes.
Can't wait to dunk on some aliens.
Well, it hasn't gotten there yet. There are plans to move into the Galactic Rally.
So we are not yet facing the Monstars, is what you're saying.
They might be your final opponents. I'm not going to spoil.
Shut up. Come on.
Shut the fuck up, Peter. Come on.
I'm just going to take a moment to let everybody know that Slippy has a brand of hairstyling products.
Okay. It's interesting you note that, because the winners of the big bowl that happens have oftentimes retired from the sport afterwards and lived excessively wealthy lifestyles. It's actually extremely rare that a team ever repeats as RallyBall champions, because after they win it, they usually move on to some other position of greatness somewhere else. So it's a very highly sought after thing. And there's not localized teams the same way that most traditional sports that we think of do. Back in the day, sports were kind of relegated to areas that created up like a central ownership, and then were meant to capitalize on big markets. That's why there's like 5 New York teams, and then there's very little like Duffman, Indiana teams, you know? But as we've sort of seen time go on, especially as more things have moved to like esports and things like that, we've seen that there aren't really localized teams. It's more companies that sponsor teams now and things like that. So if you guys were going to go under this, who do you think, what is your team? It could be anything. It could be the local beer company. It could be the local erection.
That would give a dark turn to the obsession with the mascot that was mentioned previously.
I need the bottle. Give me Mr. Bottle. It could be a food home delivery service. It could be erection.
Soylent Brown.
I mean, so we have a lot of established corporations in the Dice Funk universe, and my first thought is definitely that to give some spotlight to an underdeveloped one, the Gabriel Corporation, who manufactures heavy weaponry and intergalactic missiles, I think would be really fun to be sponsored by people who make the big bombs.
I could get behind that. Because then our slogan could be "Boom goes the dynamite."
We're like the Raytheon team. But speaking of the mascot, do you guys want to go silly or do you want to go fun? Like, what kind of mascot were you thinking?
I mean, if you're going the Gabriel Big Bomb, shouldn't it be like an enormous mushroom cloud with like cartoonish eyes and little hands? It's like, hi everybody, I'm Smoke Show.
Smoke
And then we could
Show.
actually like have a controlled fire on the mascot as he like runs around in the crowd.
Oh God!
I don't know. The mascot could be a walking sort of anthropomorphic atom.
Okay, the very literal. It's like a Fallout fucking thing. It's me, Adam the Atom.
Yeah,
It's also I don't know. That's a little close to the Springfield Isotopes for me.
you're right. It is. You're right.
I don't watch The Simpsons. I assume that's what we're referring to.
What?
We talked about this before, Chris. You don't like the Beatles. I don't like The Simpsons. We have to just get past this.
Simpsons are injustice.
I know what we'll call it. We'll call ourselves. We'll call ourselves the Gabriel Corporation Radiation Poison. Just to have a mascot that's, you know, a guy who's like, you know, skin is decaying,
peeling off.
and, is vomiting up his guts.
Yeah, everyone's in a mood for that Chernobyl series. It's a great time to be a person of Ukrainian descent right now, let me tell you, out in the world.
Oh God, Austin, I had to take a break watching that first episode. Don't even start with me.
You guys can still be an animal or something like that. There's nothing saying that you have to be related to what the company makes. Like when Samsung sponsors a team in League of Legends, they don't call them like the Samsung phone people, you know?
Okay, well, my suggestion before we started recording was the fairy armadillos. Are you guys aware of the pink fairy armadillo? It's the weirdest looking animal, and I love them very much.
I'll admit, my brain when we were doing animals, my brain went to the pangolin, but
Oh, I mean, pangolins are good as fuck.
They are.
So you're going to be the Gabriel Corporation Pangolins, which kind of makes sense considering...
Is corporation in the name? It can't just be the Gabriel Pangolins?
Yeah, it could be the Gabriel Pangolins, yeah.
Yeah, we're not tied to a locale, Austin. We're a corporation.
And so there's the big guy, the big mascot costume is like a giant pangolin, and before every match, Dominique follows it around, and it's just
That glows. I insist the pangolin glows.
yeah, a sickly green glow.
it's a glowing pangolin.
So you guys are in the middle of a match, and essentially matches take place in a giant circular arena that is sort of observed at all times by professionals, because this is a sport where you are by all means allowed to go hog wild on your opponents. You can go and try to cut as much of them apart as possible. Teammates will basically be removed if they were going to take lethal damage. Essentially, in D&D terms, if you're knocked to zero, a mage teleports you out of the match for at least that particular quote-unquote rally. So things go in turns. You guys take a rally. If you score, then your opponents have to score a rally, or they lose. And if they score a rally, then it'll just kind of continue on in that pattern. Similar to how volleyball works when you get to like extra time, or when you get to the score limit kind of thing. So,
Do you regret just not making this a volleyball episode?
See, the issue is that volleyball is very complicated as well. Note there is no sport that I could do that doesn't require me to ignore the fact that we are operating in theater of the mind and that you don't have to have all these things laid up in front of you. And also volleyball generally requires either 2 or 6 people. So it was a hard thing all around.
Also, no one can argue with you as far as the rules go.
I made up the rules. Shut up. Fuck you.
I'm now going to amend a quick character description here because Austin just put it in my head that even though I am equipped with studded leather equivalent armor, I am in fact wearing volleyball shorts.
There you go.
just little booty shorts.
Just yeah. I just so we're clear, Slippy's got a charisma of 16.
Oh,
so he's like a pretty boy in the RallyBall scene, you know, wants to be a star.
Ooh.
I have a 6 to charisma.
Nobody likes Dominique, but everyone loves Slippy. It's just how it is.
She spent her entire life training. She's unhealthily obsessed with being the very best and the mascot to the detriment of all her other stats.
So across from you guys is the team that you're facing, known as the Crown Air Big Times. And
All right.
there are 4 members of the team. There is a Kenku, whose name is Jet. He's this guy over here. There is a Duckbat Aarakocra. Duckbats are something that was created in Dice Funk lore. To my knowledge, they are just ducks crossed with bats, basically.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, they weren't sapient in the season they were introduced. Is this like a mutant?
No, it's an Aarakocra. So like Aarakocra
okay.
seem to have influence of some kind of bird. So
Yeah.
that's just what she is. Her name is Anna. There is a blue and orange Warforged robot at the front whose name is Mr. MET. And then hanging out in the goalie is a Tortle.
Fuck off. I wanted to introduce turtles. You asshole. You stole my turtle thunder.
Sorry. Is a Tortle, which are basically the turtle people of D&D. And his name is Nickman.
So the turtles were introduced in a supplement called the Turtle Package, and I've been waiting for like 2 seasons to drop this on the audience.
Oh my god.
Oh, Austin.
So you guys are going to start with the ball. So that means you're attacking first. You guys get to go into their side of the field and just go hog wild as much as you want all over all of them.
Now the goal of a rally is to put the ball through the goal,
Yes.
correct?
Now, it's worth noting that rallies are set to time. So if you don't get the ball into the goal in time, then it just switches possession, essentially. Think of it like football having a certain number of downs that you have to reach the goal. If we left D&D to be its own thing, this fight could go on for fucking ever. So it's a very short amount of time that exists between rallies. But for everyone except the goalie, damage carries over. So if you get really hurt during a rally, even if they don't score against you, you may still be at a disadvantage for the next round.
I just rolled a 20 for initiative.
Now, Chris, one more time. How much is the golden snitch worth?
Just 1 point, dickhead.
That doesn't seem particularly balanced.
Just 1 point. There's only 1 point. That's the only thing that matters, guys. Just get the ball in the hole and then defend yours. Which is really kind of just life advice in general.
Okay. I'll leave my hole wide open. Y'all know what the fuck it is.
So, Johnny, you are up first with Slippy. Which one of your team is going to start with the ball?
All right, so why not? I'll start with it if I'm going first.
Okay.
Let's fuck shit up.
All right, let's do it. Do you guys have like a pregame little like huddle thing you do with one another? Like, you know how Drew Brees gets in the huddle and he's like, let's kill.
We get the mascot out there and we all rub his tummy. And the person inside the suit is very uncomfortable.
I think that's what Dominique does.
Yeah. She thinks everyone loves this ritual, but no one else does.
You just hear from inside the mask, like, why must you degrade me like this?
Please, this is a minimum wage job. Why are you doing this to me?
I do this in my free time for my job as a sport.
Okay, guys, here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to take the ball. I'm going to run up the left-hand side. Once I get there, I'm going to throw an attack, and then I'm going to pass the ball. Position yourselves, okay? So I'm going to occupy Jet, and then you guys spread out, okay?
Oh, it's a jet. I just saw the icon.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off.
I hope you guys can acknowledge the giant pun that are these characters,
Oh, yes.
by the way.
Yeah, it's great for a purely audio program that you put so much work into this, Chris.
Well, no, not those. All of their names and everything.
No, I got you.
Okay.
All right, yeah. So I guess what I'm going to try and do is approach Jet from kind of like the left-hand side of the arena.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack him.
No.
Well, I thought that we would maybe sit down and have some tea and, like share some deeper feelings about our growing up and families and what we really dream for in our futures. But it seems to me like attacking him might be the more direct way of doing this.
Kick his ass, McNabb!
So I got two weapons here. I've got my rapier and my hand axe. So 2-weapon fighting means I can take a bonus action to attack twice, essentially. But my second attack does not get the to hit bonus, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack with my to hit rapier. So that's a 19.
Oh, that's a miss. I'm sorry. No, that's a hit. You're good.
All right. So that's 1d8 plus 3. 5 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to roll again with my hand axe. That's an 18.
That's a hit.
Okay. Hand axe is 1d6 plus 1. 5 damage.
Do you say anything as you run up to this guy and you start whacking him in the head?
Fly away, little birdie!
Got a big ugly dickhead!
Damn, the nuance, though.
It's worth noting that Kenku canonically are not allowed to speak. They can only mimic other people's voices on their own, basically. So I need you, if you want this character to respond, you had to talk to him so that he could dunk on you afterwards. All right. If that is your turn, Slippy, then it is Dominique's turn.
Hell yeah, way of the sun fist, bitch. Attack. That's 19 and 9. Bonus action. I can use a key point to do 2 more attacks. 22, 25.
Who are you attacking?
Jesus Christ.
Is the Kenku still alive?
Yeah, the Kenku's still up.
Well, not for long.
All right.
We're gonna burn him to the ground.
Hadouken?
So 3 of those hit.
I've been training all my life for this. Get fucked. 23 damage.
Jesus.
She punches forward with both arms like some Dragon Ball Z shit, and it's just like, yeah! And the whole length of the field is blasting with 2 beams.
You basically shoot 2 big holes through the Kenku, and it looks down and like kind of puts its hands in the new holes you've created, like out of a cartoon, and it's just like, "Hurrah!"
That's sports, bitch!
See you next time, bud. And then he fades away as one of the wizards teleports him out. So Jet is currently gone.
Slippy shrugs.
All right.
This is also how I played football in high school, by the way.
You also shot laser beams out of your hands?
Injuring people when it probably wasn't necessary.
All right. It is Mr. Met's turn right now. So he is going to run up to... Oh, I'm forgetting Nick's character's name because all I see is Luchasaurus. Fartek. I really like Luchasaurus, though.
Chris has been amusing himself with the same image for like 2 weeks.
I found a second one, too. Thank you very much. He's my new favorite wrestler.
What? There's more than one picture of Luchasaurus, active professional wrestler? How could there possibly be?
So Mr. Met's going to try to attack you, Fartek. There we go. I'd have to remember.
It's not that easy. It's not that difficult to pronounce. It's like Favre, but without the V.
Well,
with the tech.
Because I have the maturity of a 12-year-old in my mind. I'm like, fart tech.
Fart EK.
So do a 14 or a 19 hit your AC?
I believe that a 19 does. Just a second here. 19 hits, 14 misses.
All right, nerd. Take 7 damage.
Oh no!
And as you see, Mr. Met just starts doing the robot on you. He's like, "You will not pass." And then he gets up and he's done doing the robot, but he's trying to be very intimidating.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like he does the robot, and then while you're distracted with his sweet moves, then he attacks you.
Yeah,
But no, he does it afterward. Gotcha. Okay.
He does the move where like the arm stops, but like from the elbow down keeps swinging back and forth like a pendulum. And as you're impressed with that, he then like punches you like 4 times in the face.
Come on, ref. That's clearly unsportsmanlike conduct. You can't do the robot in the middle of the field.
I mean, I try to dodge it, but I'm just hypnotized by his moves. He moves like a robot. How does he do that?
All right, it is your turn now, Fartek.
Oh, well, once he stops dancing, Fartek is going to realize that he should handle this in the way that it is most obvious for an athlete to do, which is by just running straight into the guy trying to attack him. So Fartek does a bit of a headbutt, and then on the backup from that, let's do an upward swing with the greatsword here.
Okay.
Let's see, that's +7 to hit. Yay, 26.
This guy has the highest AC in the team, and you just crush him anyway.
Yay, I get to roll a bunch of damage for my greatsword. That's not very much damage on that, but
still
9 damage.
Still a good amount of damage there. I'm very proud of you. You're my favorite, Nick.
Good to know.
Fuck you too, then. Is that your turn? You still have a
I love you too, buddy.
You still have a movement action, and Slippy did ask to set up a pass. Now you could leave that for Jacq, but
Fartek in his head is like I'm the greatest runner ever, even though my knees have been through like 20 seasons of sports ball. So now I'm gonna do a sweet spin move around this guy, and then just kind of trudge. I can't move very fast because I'm a dwarf wearing heavy armor, so I'm just gonna go like, I don't know, 1 square past him, I guess. I'm so graceful. Look at me get past this guy.
Let's flavor this, because we're doing sports and D&D. Give me an acrobatics check. Let's see if you're actually able to just like scoot past this guy. You just completely clown him potentially.
Well, unbelievably, I actually do have a bonus to this move, so hang on. No,
unfortunately, you are able to like move to his side, but you try to do one of those like check moves and like swift past him. But
I know, I'll juke him out. My leg. Oh.
Mr. MET is a little too fast for you to just completely blow past him.
That's a move.
It is going to be Anna's turn, and she is going to pull out an old school, I guess just like flint action giant kind of like not revolvers, rifles.
A matchlock?
Yeah, like a matchlock. Essentially, I'm playing at the irony that she is a duck bat person who uses the weapon traditionally used to kill ducks. And she is going to aim it at you, Slippy, and she is going to fire 2 attacks at you.
Okay.
Slippy, no.
Oh, that's a crit for the first one.
That is a crit.
And a 12 for the second one.
Which is a miss.
All right, so it won't be too bad then.
Slippy, no.
Slippy, you will take 10 damage as 1 bullet misses and just hits your feet, but the other one, where do you think hits you?
Well, this is the thing, is that I will not take 10 damage because one of my reactions, uncanny dodge, when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
But do you really see her?
Do you see her, or do you just see her appearance?
Yeah, or are you just recognizing someone's there? Have you even tried to connect with her soul yet?
I think before she fires, we share a moment of eye contact.
And she's like, I want to beat you and win this whole damn tournament, you know.
If that's a 5 damage hit, I'm gonna say that's official hero zone. So that's shoulder.
Okay, just one just gracefully kind of grazes your shoulder, And you just get one of those cool, like, little wounds that makes you look tough and nothing else, because you're still the pretty boy of the team.
Yeah.
And there's a collective swoon from the people in the audience who are devilishly attracted to you.
Which I totally play up. You know, like I do this like, face and everything and like clutch at the wound.
But it's also like a sexy
Yeah, it's a super sexy
And Dominique, because you, I assume, like to keep the mascot near you at all times. You hear from inside the mascot say, "That is one gorgeous piece of mind."
I'm extremely jealous right now.
All right, it is going to be your turn, Jacq.
All right. Well, Jacq is very enthusiastic about how things are currently going. He basically does that sort of classic athlete. So, yeah, but here we go. Yeah, that's good. Good going, guys. And he was very, very happy with Dominique's attack there because, took out somebody in one fell swoop. Well,
I helped.
That's awesome. Yeah, you did, and it was a great team effort. Awesome.
I'm putting the team on the back though.
So I'll make sure to tie up that last person because we gotta do the thing. Also, there's someone directly in front of me that is not occupied by anybody and has shot at one of my teammates.
Hey, are you talking about me, little mister?
I sprint directly at the duck bat at staggeringly impressive speeds because I am a barbarian and I'm not wearing heavy armor. Basically, I want to run up to them and tackle them, basically.
Well, how about this? We'll give Anna a dexterity saving throw to get out of the way. And if she's able to pass, then good. If not, then you can tackle her to the ground and knock her prone. So what would be a good saving throw for you to beat?
Could also be a contested check, like an attack against a dodge.
DC 25.
That's very high.
Well, the stakes are high.
Well, we could establish it with my attack roll.
Actually, yeah. Or you could do, go for it. Go for an attack roll.
Which I crit on.
Crit?
Okay. Well,
Wow! You grab the shit out of that duck bat.
So as you're like getting in and you're going in for this tackle, you hear her say to you, she's like, don't mess up the feathers now, hon. I got a contract deal with some feather pruning companies. I got sponsorships. And then you just fucking sack her to the ground. And when you do so, you hear a rather sickening crunch sound. And you get up and give me a medicine check, Jacq.
Oh, we're turning this real tragedy into comedy.
Birds have hollow bones.
Yes, I'm aware.
With an 8, you can't diagnose it perfectly, but you're like, I don't think feet should bend that way. This is a lot of screaming. I don't normally deal with this. All right, it goes then to the actually Jet's gone, so then we go to Nickman, who's just gonna go total defense because he's like, well, So one person's down, completely gone. The other person, I just saw that, and Mr. Met's just up there with the big guy. So I'm just going to try to avoid being killed.
I'm gracefully juking around him right now. He's not going to occupy me for very long.
So
I'm getting around him.
So Slippy, you still have the ball. What would you like to do?
Okay. So I think circumstances have changed. A pass doesn't really seem like a phenomenal idea right now, seeing as how I'm the only one open. What do you guys think? Should I just charge the goalie and start?
Dunk it. All right.
I know what to do in this situation. You should go along and I'll throw it to you.
Dunk
He
it.
already has the ball, dude.
What?
What?
Dunk it.
All right, I'm going to charge the goalie then.
Or you could wait. You could wait for me to run and try to take out the goalie in a second.
Generally speaking, if the goalie is still up, it is going to be exceptionally difficult to get a goal in on them because they are blocking it physically with their body.
All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll run the goalie then.
Okay.
And do my attack with my rapier.
It is worth noting since he took the dodge action. I think I said total defense before, which is the 4E equivalent of it.
Yeah,
because
that's not going to hit anyways.
Yeah, with dodge you would roll with disadvantage.
Okay, well, it doesn't get much worse than that, but it did.
A 9 will unfortunately miss as Nickman places basically, he's kind of sort of just like, for lack of a better word, turtling inside of his shell and is just letting the weapons bounce off him as much as possible.
All right. I'm gonna try and strike again with my hand axe then. And that's a 13.
13 will also miss.
I figured.
All right. Anything else that Slippy would like to do? Perhaps would you like to intimidate your opponent?
Yeah, okay. Let's roll to intimidate.
Okay.
8.
What are you saying to him?
Well, at an 8, it's probably just something like, keep your face in there, ugly.
All right.
You see a small tear drop out of the head with the hole where his head is.
Rude.
Mother said they'd be mean. And now it is Dominique's turn.
All right, so I probably can't reach the goalie from the other goal. That seems unreasonable for the theater of the mind that I have envisioned. That's not right?
Yep, but you're not restricted to just operate within the goal because your team's not on defense right now. So you're free to go out. It just places you in danger.
Oh, I love being in danger. Yeah, if I can do that, I actually have a really high monk speed, 45. Normally,
oh boy,
30 is like a human. So I am just bolting down the field. And
Dominique is slightly faster than I am.
And I'm just going to do like a flying punch. What's that? Superman punch is the wrestling term?
Mm-hmm.
That just sends out as many bolts as possible at the turtle. 22, 20, 13, crit.
Oh!
Okay, so did you do those with disadvantage?
So it'll be 20 and 13, and then I'm going to use my key point to do 2 more as bonus action. So 21 and 12. Then I got 2 crits here, but they don't count because disadvantage.
You still hit with 2 of those.
Boom! Shakalaka! 17 damage as I Superman punch so hard it shoots a laser beam into the turtle.
Yeah, so the turtle would normally like curl itself into its shell, but now you've placed an extra hole that no appendage goes in and is going to be a damage mark upon his shell.
Correction, that's the hole my foot goes in. When I get there.
All right. It is going to be Mr. Met's turn, and he is locked into a fiendish duel right now with Fartek. And
Fart.
24.
That's a hit, definitely.
You're going to take really low 7 damage as as Mr. Met is thinking to himself, maybe we're not as cool of a team as we thought we were. And then it's your turn. He doesn't even have time, like the enthusiasm to dance anymore. Things are looking really bad for them.
Fartek is going to be like, no, stop. I dodged you. Stop it. And just kind of like whaps him with his greatsword. Like, in a kind of like, no, let go.
Oh, dismissive way?
Yeah, it was like, let go. Stop it. Stop. 26.
Yeah, you hit my dude.
He is very dismissed.
Let go. 16 damage.
So how do you envision this going there, Nick?
He's trying to dismissively wave his sword, but because Mr. Met is trying to still attack him, that he accidentally impales himself on it.
Mr. Met's gonna go down, though you'll notice that Mr. Met hasn't been teleported away, which usually happens when somebody notices someone is in the range that they could potentially die in. It looks like he's just sort of flopped to the ground at this point, because he has seen how this goes.
Oh, I gotcha. Hey man, you're gonna get man, you're fake. I'm faking my name.
Okay, he's melting.
Oh, he's turned into tail dribble.
Yeah. We're gonna go for Anna then, and she is in reeling pain through gritted bill, I guess. You see, she is going to pick up her rifle and point blank at your chest there, Jacq, and try to unload 2 rounds into you. 26 and an 11.
The 26 will hit.
It's going to be 9 damage there, Jacq.
Ow.
And she's like, I appreciate that you at least didn't ruffle the feathers. That is a very lucrative deal. I got head and feathers shampoo commercials tomorrow. Though I suppose as a duck, my head would also be covered in feathers. Fuck you. And it's gonna be your turn, Jacq.
Jacq will scratch his head a little bit in confusion, cock his head slightly to one side, look at where he was shot, unsling the great axe off his back, just raise it up directly over his head and swing straight down at her.
Oh no. Make this roll with advantage because she is prone and essentially immobilized at this point.
That's not the right way. Well, one of them's a 20.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Just roll your crit damage.
What is the crit damage on the great axe? It's base is 1d12 plus 4.
You would just roll 2d12 then, plus 4.
18.
So 18 damage. Okay. So you double critted her basically through 2 turns.
Yeah.
I would like to believe that there's a split second where your axe has landed like firmly on Anna's chest, and there's like a and then poof, she's teleported away before any further damage can be done.
Aw.
Oh, you feel bad now.
I'm not sure what I feel bad about, but I feel bad about something.
So it is Nickman's turn, and I believe Nickman peeks his eye out of his shell, and he sees that Jet is gone, that Anna is gone, and that Mr. MET has gone into business for himself and just taken a flop, and that you two are directly in front of him, and he refuses to go out like this, so he's going to launch a supersonic speed punch out of his shell over at Slippy, right at your face. So he's trying to go out in the most baller way he knows.
I respect that.
14?
That is a miss.
All right. What do you want to do in response, Slippy? It is your turn.
Okay, well, I'm going to first of all attack with my rapier at a 21.
That's a hit.
All right, so my sneak attack damage means that if I have advantage or if another one of my allies is within 5 feet of my target, I deal an additional 4d6 damage.
Oh, God.
So first of all, we've got the 1d8 plus 3 regular damage from the rapier, which is 8. And then we've got 4d6. So that's a total of 21 damage altogether.
Okay. Yeah, you deal some absolutely ridiculous damage to this poor turtle, and he has fallen to the ground. He has not been teleported away, but unlike Mr. Met, it looks like he actually is just sort of on the precipice of the sort of bleeding out area.
Right.
He just hasn't been teleported away because it hasn't been like a fatal amount of damage yet.
Right. Okay.
But he has fallen, so the goal is open.
Yeah, but can I score? Because I've used my attack damage. Can I use my move to?
You could certainly pass the ball up to somebody else to like drive it home in like a teamwork kind of move.
All right, then I'm gonna very like stylishly scoop it off to
Whoever's next in the order.
Well, that'd be you, Austin.
Oh shit!
All right,
Cool.
It's going to Dominique.
All right, Dominique, you have the ball. How are you going to do this?
So if Slippy throws the ball back to me, I'm running up the field. I want to do like a spinning kick, like a Chun-Li kick to the ball. Is that legal?
You're gonna do like a bicycle kick thing.
Total Shaolin soccer.
I absolutely want to Shaolin soccer bicycle kick this, but first I want to yell back, "Hey, Pennyworth the Pangolin, watch this shit!" Is that just a dexterity attack?
Give me an acrobatics check.
Okay, let me double check. I have a +7 in that.
I was gonna say, I hope you have a good one. You're a monk.
That's my thing. I botched! No, Pennyworth, look away!
So there's a moment where Pennyworth is watching you go, and he's like, it's the passion of youth in its prime is inspiring. And you throw the ball up in the air to do your super kick into the goal, and you completely whiff, like just mistime it completely. So the ball just lands and hits the ground as you're going up to kick it. And you just see Pennyworth kind of sigh and turn and head into the back.
No! Do I accidentally fire one of my monk beams into the crowd? Is there any way to stop that?
No, I think you're good. You tried to showmanship up a little too much, and didn't go in your favor, unfortunately.
All right, so I assume with the botch, I lose the rest of my turn.
Yeah, you're gonna lose your turn, which means it's up to Fartek.
That's so good. The only thing my character can do is Dex. She botches on the game point.
That could have been so cool, Austin.
All right, Fartek is going to take the ball, I guess, and then he's going to do a 5-step drop, and then he's going to scramble, and he's going to keep on scrambling, even though he should have thrown the ball away by now, and then he's just going to heave it down the field.
How far back would you like this to be?
Like a 20-yard scramble,
Okay, I want to paint this. You're heaving it from a distance away.
Yeah.
So let's see if you're accurately able to do this. Give me a dexterity attack.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't botch. It does. The ball does go forward.
I'm gonna say this. You're such a wily veteran, and you pride yourself on your power that you fucking heave the ball, but it just
it's gonna go like 10 yards past the goal. Got it.
It's just gonna hit the wall next to the goal and then kind of land at Jacq's feet. And
Fartek's is going to throw his hands up because he thinks that it went in.
That's a 3.
At this point in time, Slippy is just burying his face in his hands.
Fartek's going to do a victory lap around Mr. Metz and like pump his fist.
Our team is a brutal killing machine that cannot score in an open net.
Jacq, would you like to try to bring this one home?
Jacq's going to sort of look around. Okay, goalie's down and not doing anything. The robot dude's down, not doing anything. There's some other part of the game that Jacq kind of remembers is supposed to be. Then he sees the ball. And he picks the ball up and just sort of looks at it for a bit.
Slippy is going to gesture to the portal with both hands, kind of in a, keep going. You got this, buddy.
All right. Ball through portal thing. Right. And I'll just sort of half-heartedly throw it through the portal.
You don't want to like throw it with like while doing a handstand or something like that.
That is so not Jacq's idiom.
You don't just want to hot dog it into the end zone.
No, Jacq just throws it to the portal because this is the boring part of the game.
Like both hands underhand through the legs.
Yeah, basically just an underhand toss to the goal.
That's not getting on SportsCenter.
The most lame and pathetic, boring way to put it in the goal that you can think of.
The 8-year-old bowling move.
It's the throwing away a piece of paper move.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You're just like into the trash essentially with it.
Yeah.
Despite all of the fanfare that was happening a moment ago, there is far more jubilation for the fact that you just casually tossed it into the goal as the crowd erupts because you just scored a goal. This is very impressive in RallyBall because scoring a goal in the first rally is often considered to be extremely difficult to do.
Fartek does a Lambo leap. He's gonna run over to say, no! Hang on.
What since the crowd is celebrating, I have to look for people to high five now because there's obviously celebration going on, and therefore I should be happy about it.
So in D&D, you are often able to, especially if you're a magic user, you are able to just launch fireballs from your fingertips at a moment's notice. So there is an omnipresent danger in a competitive sort of arena combat thing being directly next to the spectators. So there's generally a protective shield placed around the arena. But after you score the goal, the the shield will go down so that you can then high five everybody around the perimeter.
Oh, there's no stopping me from high fiving people. Well, there would have been if their force field was up, but you know.
Fartek, give me a perception check, buddy.
Perception check. Okay.
Yeah.
Perception is... Oh, God. My wisdom is so bad. This is 13.
You notice that as all the celebrations going on, that Mr. Met is slowly just trying to crawl away.
It doesn't matter. I'm doing my Lambo leap.
Okay.
So wait, do we win, or is there another round?
There's another round. So the way this is going to go, so there's celebration. You know, anytime you score a goal, there's usually a moment of pause in most traditional sports anyway, this is when, you know, for the televised version, the commercials would start airing and things like that. But what's going to be set up is now you guys are going to be on defense. And to win the game, all you need to do is prevent the other team from scoring.
Slippy runs over to the nearest camera crew.
What are you going to do? There's a Minotaur woman holding up a camera. It's focused right on you.
I got to run over and just be like, whew, that was a good first rally, but we got to keep it up. You know, it's a tough game out there, but...
Got to give 110%.
I just want to thank my mom.
And all you fans at home for cheering me on. Buy my new photo album.
And remember, Slick and Slippy, best hair product in the galaxy.
You are catching a lot of cheers in your direction. There's confetti being thrown towards your way. You are praised as one of the better members, and you get like a thumbs up from the Minotaur behind the camera. She's like, that's going to be good material for later.
Wave to the crowd as I run back to my starting position.
So as I'm heading back, I sort of I make sure as I'm sort of running around doing my lap of, you know, high fives and such. If Mr. Met?
Mr. Met, yep.
Mr. Met is anywhere near me during any of this, I'm going to sort of accidentally step on his ankles as I walk by.
Whoa! Oh, okay. I didn't want to be this person, but I'm going to roll perception to see that because I'm going to flip out. That's my character.
That's fine.
19.
Yeah,
I mean, you're definitely going to be able to see that. You're going to see...
I tattle. I'm a big tattletale. I tattle on my own team member. Raf, that was unsportsmanlike. We got no unsportsmanlike conduct over here.
So there's a referee over to the side. What would be an interesting race for the referee?
A beholder.
Yes.
He's got the eyes.
And a little, it's got like a referee shirt that just hangs from it, essentially.
Like a whistle dangling around one of its eye stalks.
And it's just like, it blows into a whistle. Like one of its eye stalk moves a whistle into its mouth, and it blows into a whistle. It says, unsportsmanlike conduct on Jacq there. I don't know. Do you have a number you'd associate yourself with?
69.
No, it's not. That's not right. But 17.
17. Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 17. And like a red flag gets thrown and everything like that. So there's a lot of drama being suddenly created, and they'll inform you that because of your unsportsmanlike conduct, you will be forced to sit out at the next rally.
Oops.
What? What'd I do, ref?
I watched you. Your teammate pointed it out too. You stepped on that robot's ankles.
Yeah, I did. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But I mean, what? How's that against the rules? The play's not going.
Take it up with the commissioner after the game when you get your fines.
Oh, I'm going to be so unpopular after this. I missed an empty net and then I narked.
So we're going to set up now for the next rally, as you guys are one man down for this because Dominique tattled.
Sorry about not getting to play D&D anymore.
You fucking narc.
But
she loves rules.
Because you guys knocked out 2 members of the opposing team, they don't get to participate in this rally either.
Oh, okay.
Now, should the situation come up where the other team manages to score on you and the game's tied, then for the next rally, those two team members, Jet and Anna, would return and they'd be back in the game. But essentially, if you're defeated and you teleport away, you have to sit out a rally as you're being healed and sort of as a way to balance the game.
Oh, so all we have to do is nuke this robot and we win.
Well, we've got to get the turtle too.
Yeah, nuke the robot and the turtle. Or just survive until the rounds are done, basically. You could always just do that as well.
This turtle won't. Okay, go ahead.
We're going to continue in the same initiative order there. So it's going to be Johnny, your turn. You're off the bat.
All right. I'm going to charge the robot and attack with my rapier.
Oh, the poor robot.
24.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's a hit, my dude.
I figured. 7 damage with that.
7 damage is very good. You're gonna slash Mr. Met, and you're gonna hear him say to you, "Make it look good." And he is going to flop to the ground again.
All right, and I guess I'm gonna, with my hand axe, flourish a second attack.
I thought this was going to be the sports one-shot, but it's the Black Sox one-shot.
And a 6. So, yeah, that's...
it's still a miss. You maybe... why do you think you wouldn't be able to finish him off at this point?
I think I've just got too excited with the flourish. I'm probably, like, throwing my hand axe around and, like, doing a bunch of moves, and the crowd starts to, like, cheer, and I get carried away and forget to hit him.
You get too distracted juggling the axe around, and you just like do a whole like baton routine with it instead of actually attacking.
Yeah,
with it.
I get way too distracted playing with my axe. I don't even go to hit him.
Oh dear. All right, it is going to be Dominique's turn. Dominique, you are in a weird position right now. You're back at goalie, and you could have scored the potentially game-winning goal, but you hot dogged it and missed, and then tattled on one of your teammates and got them ejected from the rally. So what are you thinking right now? You also disappointed Pennyworth, the pangolin.
I know, and I'm heartbroken. So right now, the robot has the ball. If I finish him off, could I just take it and the rally ends, or then I have to go and fucking coup de grace the turtle? I have to curb stomp him out in front of his friends and family.
So here's the thing. Sports are often considered like the ultimate test of competitive spirit as one team goes against the other. But because most competitive sports are also put into seasons, there's sort of that knowledge out there that once your team statistically has no shot of making the playoffs, do you bother trying, or do you just phone it in and, play to keep yourself safe? It's the joke that Mr. Met's flopping right now, but it is considered a legitimate thing in a lot of combat sports, particularly football, to kind of take it easy towards the end of the season when you don't have anything left to play for, because you can still get sponsorships, you can still get deals, there's still stuff you could do, and you don't want to be injured for it. So it's up to you if you want to go ham at this point. You've already pretty much won. But yeah, if the only ways for you to win at this point are to prevent them from scoring or eliminate all their team members.
Okay, so then the robot has to die. 22, 24, 13, 8. And the 8 is a botch.
Oh, okay. Okay. So roll damage. For the last one, though, you're going to peg Slippy, as you are just getting too hog wild with these laser blasts, my dude.
17 damage.
Okay, yeah, you will take out Mr. Met. You blow him up to cinders as he's teleported away.
Well, you made him look good.
You really lived up to the Gabriel spirit, too. You ended in an enormous explosion, basically.
So as the robot explodes in front of me, I catch the axe and turn around just in time to see the stray laser blast coming right at me.
Yeah, I might need to take a separate bus home.
DM rules. Which one of these damages am I taking?
Just take 5. It's not a brutal shot. I'd like to think that it's just sort of overactive hyperness that sort of led to this.
She's overcompensating because she's fucking humiliated.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, it is going to be Fartek's turn.
All right. Well, Fartek sees his chance. So the ball is free now. So he's going to run over and pick it up. He's going to throw it at the goal.
Okay.
It's my chance to score again, guys. 17 7.
7. You heave it directly into the hands of Nickman, who catches it and sort of looks down the field at the three of you, and he does some kind of symbol, like some kind of gesture with his hands, and then sort of steels himself for what's about to come.
As the earth rumbles, approaching him.
It would be Jacq's turn then.
Well, Jacq will, from the penalty box, cheer you guys on loudly. And, get him a body bag!
Oh. All right. Nickman is going to go ham. He is going to cradle that ball between his arms, Tiki Barber style, and then just charge.
Oh, so he's going to fumble it.
Well,
Okay.
this is after Tom Coughlin came in and showed him how to fucking hold a football.
Oh, okay.
It's jokes, sports, jokes.
Sports jokes. And he is going to run down the field as fast as he can, provoking opportunity attacks from all of you.
All of us?
It's going to be everybody at this point. By the time it's going to, it'd be Slippy first.
All right.
Because potentially you guys could eliminate him on the way. But he's like, I got one chance. I'm not going out like a punk.
So that's a 24 from Slippy.
That's a hit.
All right.
All right, roll the damage.
9.
9. Yeah, you knock him down to his feet. And he's sort of just laying there on the ground. At your feet there, Fartek. What would you do?
I'm John Quinones. What would you do if a turtle man was at your mercy?
I'm going to attack the ball.
Why?
Because.
So, Chris, if you just given Nick the Voight-Kampf test here.
I'm saying, I've presented this opportunity to you. This is how the game can end when you've had this kind of superior position in a rally. You could choose to eliminate your opponents, or you can choose to just let time run out. What would your character do? What do you consider the more sportsmanlike?
He's trying to score, Chris.
It's very admirable of you. I wonder how you're a veteran of the game and yet you still don't understand how the rules work.
I roll a 12 to attack.
You can throw the ball to the opposite side of the stadium, I suppose. And
Wait a minute, where'd the portal go, guys?
And I will pose the question then to Slippy again. Do you want to put Nickman out? Because he's going to try to get up and attack, potentially. Right now he's kind of on the ground trying to recover.
Slippy's a showman. So he's not, when he has an opportunity, I don't think he's the type of player to take it easy. So I think what he's going to do is, he's going to try and flourish again with his rapier.
All right, go for it.
All right.
With advantage.
Okay, so that's 23 and a 9. So 23.
Yep, you do it.
And also, because I get advantage, I can use my sneak attack. So
if you feel that's necessary, sure.
I'm gonna put this guy down.
He's literally a turtle on his back right now.
Like I said, Slippy's a showman. He wants to make it look.
Slippy's a replicant. Got it.
He wants to make it look good, right?
That is fair.
So,
You're really
so that's 6 for the regular damage. And then his sneak attack damage, his overkill, if you will, is 15. So 21 altogether, which is weirdly enough the same amount of sneak attack damage I did last time.
Yeah, it's almost like conspiracy. So you slash your weapons across this turtle, and as he's sort of about to be teleported away, you hear him utter the phrase, "Good, get." And before he can finish, he's teleported away.
As soon as it's clear we've won, because we won, correct?
Yes, your team, the Gabriel
Pangolins?
Yeah, the Gabriel Pangolins have won the game.
I want to roll stealth to try to get the fuck out of here before the paparazzi try to put me on blast for my failures, or the team lynches me.
All right, give me a dexterity.
I botched.
Stealth check.
I botched.
All right, so I leap in and go running up to Dominique. And totally high-five her and put her on my shoulders and run around the stadium.
I make a hand signal to the booth that indicates now you have to play You're the Best Around.
It starts blaring from the stadium. as a reporter walks up. Hold on one sec. I need to grab a token for this.
I'm gonna roll a performance check to perform like a whole dance routine I have prepared for that song.
Ooh.
I botched.
The rolls are bad, folks.
So
like I try to do a backflip and land on my face, basically.
You land on your neck.
No, you get fucking paralyzed on the post-game show.
You grammatica it.
Hey, it's Chandra Nalar.
it is. So that's actually interesting timing for that. So moments later, a woman who is a fire genasi. Genasi are people from the elemental planes, which are basically planes of nothing but fire or nothing but earth or nothing but water, essentially, where all that kind of primal energy is stored. She is a fire genasi, and she walks up to you, and she has a camera crew behind her, and she is here to interview you, Slippy, as you are the most charismatic member of the team. And the interview wasn't going to start, but they were rolling as you attempted your backflip and landed straight on your neck.
Yeah.
And she's going to be like, "Oh, honey, are you okay?"
I scramble to my feet and wipe myself off and go, yeah, just got carried away.
Well, I can understand that your team enthusiastically just crushed the Crown Air big times in that match. Slippy, what do you think was the key to your team's victory here?
I think there's a lot of love in this team. I think we just love what we do. We love the game. We like to push ourselves. It's a real crew. They're all great. Some of my best friends.
And what do you think really kind of came down to the key factor in this matchup for you guys?
Well, I think it was big when we scored. That was good. That was a good one.
Okay,
Slippy's
John
not very
Madden.
intelligent. He's got an intelligence of 10. So, So scoring was good. I think we made some good neutralizations on the field. Keeping them in check, making sure that we played to our strengths, and we made sure that that they just didn't get the upper hand against us.
I definitely saw that. You guys really seemed to systematically eliminate all of your opponents. It was very thorough, almost like a hit squad. I have one other thing I want to ask you about. Do you have anything to comment on sort of the issue that came up where one of your team members pointed out a penalty on the opposing team?
Look, Dominique is a great player. She's really committed to the game, to the letter of the law in the game and whatnot. So if she sees something that just doesn't feel right going down, she's gonna call it out because she believes in the purity of the game. As for the infraction itself, I didn't see it, so I can't really say anything one way or the other. But we're probably gonna have a talk in the locker room and make sure that everybody feels good about what we do to curb any behavior that's not in the spirit of the game.
Slippy's got that media training, you can tell.
Yeah, I'm sure the commissioner, Mr. Wynn, will have definitely something to talk to you guys about afterwards, but I'm sure you'll handle that on your guys' end. Thanks so much for talking.
We'll talk about it. We'll work it out. It'll be cool. It'll be good.
Well, great game there, guys.
Thanks.
And she's gonna let you go as she basically handles throwing the conversation back to the television that to the camera she's talking to.
As soon as Slippy is certain that the camera's not rolling again, he's gonna grab his neck and go, ah, 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 coach.
Can I have an ice pack?
Woo! So you guys have won. Now, this is not the only game you'll be playing, but obviously with any kind of competitive sport like a tournament, there's time in between games. So I imagine there's a point where you guys are going to go back to your locker room kind of shower off and to potentially talk about things that happened, because quite a lot actually happened in that match.
Nope, I'm slipping away. I had to find Pennyworth.
Pennyworth will be there. He is
He's in the locker.
he was intended to be a team mascot, but he has evolved into something more. I like to think that he thinks of all of you as his children.
He's the heart of the team. We need him.
So it turns out that Pennyworth is not only our mascot, but he's our coach.
Yeah. He's like, I was very impressed with your maneuvering out there. Except Fartek, I do not know why you continue to throw the ball when it is on defense.
We got score.
You cannot score on defense.
You gotta get a touchdown, man.
That's not how this game works.
Listen, man. I've been playing this game for going on 50 years now. I think I know how it's played by this point. Do you understand how many concussions I have suffered playing this game? My knowledge has expanded with each head injury.
He's like, I'm concerned for each of your well-being.
It's like when Dan Orlovsky did that safety in the Lions game where he just kind of wandered through the back of the end zone in the middle of the play. He's like, yeah, I know how this game works.
Fartek is, by the way, for the record, smarter than Slippy, but his wisdom is 7. So,
so you should theoretically know the rules of the game. You just don't know how to apply them.
He has memorized so many plays, but which one to play doesn't occur to him at the appropriate time.
I mean, I feel like our strategy is hack the other team into pieces and then afterwards kind of just push the ball around like toddlers with Legos until something happens.
It seemed to work.
It might work. It might work against the team that was intended to be the jobber team that you would steamroll over. Potentially other teams might be tougher.
Well, we only have an hour, so we're going to find out.
Well, we'll find out if we ever get to that point. Pennyworth is going to go to you, Dominique, and he's going to say, Dominique, I must ask, if your concentration and focus is to the team, why would you rat out your own teammate?
Listen, you know I love winning, but let me tell you, the rules are the most important thing. It gives the sport structure. We need the rules. Coach, I love the rules.
I understand there's always affection for the rules, but you must consider that winning is the most important thing, and you have decreased your team's chances of winning by tattling on Jacq.
Is it really winning if the integrity of the sport is so damaged that there's no sport left?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I know that one.
I can't follow you down this road.
I know how to do. Team with the bigger number on the scoreboard, they win.
He's right.
He is not wrong. This time.
Why can't we just win clean?
Well, perhaps I should ask you that question, Jacq. Why would you need to go to the lengths of attacking a downed opponent?
What?
Attacking a downed opponent.
I did that?
Yes, you stepped on the robot's ankles.
Allegedly. My counsel has counseled me. I've been told by my lawyer that allegedly there was an ankle step.
I didn't see nothing.
Well, if you say I did that, Coach, I must have.
Everyone on this team is brain damaged.
So I'm curious, is Jacq ignorant to the fact...
Jacq has intelligence 8.
Are you ignorant to the fact that you did it, or are you lying?
I think he mostly just sort of forgot. He did it sort of in the spur of the moment and doesn't really think about it.
You know, that actually is some interesting to like road to go down. He says, well, we should perhaps make sure our teamwork is in complete unison before the next match. You are facing a very strong team in the next round.
What do you know about them, Coach?
They are a veteran team who has been around for quite some time. Their goalie is the most impressive member of their team, for he is a stone giant who plants himself firmly in front of the goal and does not move.
Ah, the walrus strategy.
There should be some kind of discussion about how big a species can be and still be allowed to play the sport. Maybe that's for another time.
He says they have all kind of rallied around this player, the giant, and they are a unified force for that. And at sort of the call of that, you hear, "You damn straight we have," as an eagle Aarakocra walks into the room and confronts you all.
What if instead of playing sports, we just kill these people?
Well, then we wouldn't get paid.
Uh-huh.
And I would lose my sponsorship.
That is true.
I don't hit people when they're not on the field. That would be wrong.
So the Eagle Aarakocra is sort of a lanky figure. He seems to be particularly athletically built, but he is not pristine and majestic like an eagle normally would. He is actually particularly dirty and rather filthy for the most part. And he has 2 swords kind of at his...
a dirty bird.
A dirty eagle, you could say. And his teammates...
A filthy eagle, you could say.
Yeah, and his teammate's a giant. I wonder what I'm getting at here. And he says...
One of them's going to be really offensive looking.
Nope, I avoided that.
Would you go so far as to say he looks gritty?
He looks very gritty.
Wrong sport for that joke, but I appreciate it, Johnny.
And he says, I saw what y'all did out there. It's impressive, but ain't nothing getting past Anvil.
The hell you say?
I mean, if they're better than us, then they deserve to win. I think that sounds fair, honestly.
Shut up, Dominique.
And we are better than you. But I want to note that we're not going to tolerate any of that foul play stuff I saw out there from you guys.
What?
Sorry. Hang on a second. Fartek out of nowhere says, "Huh, foul."
Are you mocking me, boy?
What? I thought you were making a joke.
Jackson ain't never make jokes. I'm as serious as they come.
Ain't never. So
Ain't never.
I thought someone said at one point that 2 negatives cancel each other out.
Don't you use your wizard words on me.
Well, yeah. If one team fumbles the ball, the other team fumbles it back, or for example, if you throw an interception, but the other team turns it back over, it's like that interception never happened, and that's why my touchdown to interception ratio should be way higher.
The hell's a touchdown?
What?
Okay, I think I'm leaving the locker room and I'm going to go get warmed up because I have very bad charisma. Anything I say will escalate this. I need to get out of here.
He's just going to say to you all, I'm just telling you, Anvil and the rest of us deserve this. And we're going to lay it all there out in the field. And for all of you, this might just be fun and games, but for us, this might be our last shot at the big time, and we are going to take it.
Cool.
Oh man, you can always just come out of retirement like me.
Yeah, my personal promise. If anybody on our team tries to break the rules, I will put them down.
Y'all are a disgrace to this sport, and he's going to leave.
I will actually walk up to him and say, "Look forward to playing," and shake his hand in a very friendly manner.
He does not shake your hand. He's just going to angrily glower at you and then walk away.
You have to pick his hand up from his side in order to shake it.
So Dominique, do you actually leave first?
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not good in social situations. She wants to get back on the field. She wants to win.
Well, he's gonna leave. So you could stay behind. It would just be you and the rest of the team, because Pennyworth has something he wants to say.
Pennyworth.
He's gonna say, "I believe that winning should be the ultimate goal of the team. Correct?"
Yeah, man.
Yeah!
I guess.
Perhaps I may offer something then. I know of the quite storied history of the stone giant Anvil who acts as the team goalie. He has been playing the game for decades now, and he has...
man, they ain't no big thing.
Well, he has been assaulted many times in the field and has suffered a great many... head trauma as a result of it. I am not, and he's gonna kind of look around, he's like, I'm not suggesting this per se, but perhaps if you want to eliminate him more easily, you should target the head.
I hate to be this person. I'm just gonna have to ask the question though. Is targeting illegal?
No, not specifically. It's considered low down as long as you're not. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's not.
Okay, because non-sports fans, there was an entire bounty gate thing in football. It was a thing.
Yeah.
Also, Brett Favre was one of the victims of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be a stick in the mud if it's not technically against the rules, so Dominique doesn't say anything.
All right, then. If that's what's going to happen, then good luck out there. You all are my children. I care about you deeply.
Here's a question. Is he a guy in a pangolin suit, or is he a talking pangolin?
That's a mystery. Perhaps for if we get renewed for episode 2, perhaps we will digest this further at that point.
After the credits, you see the mascot costume unzip, and the pangolin steps out of the pangolin costume.
It's a pangolin in a pangolin.
Bet you didn't see that one.
Cliffhanger.
Oh, surprises.
All right, roll initiative time.
So, you guys come face to face with your opposing team. There is the Eagle Aarakocra, whose name is Jackson, that you learned about before. There is an enormous stone giant by the name of Anvil that is literally sitting at the where the portal would be. His body is so massive you can't even tell where it is behind him. You see what might be a human. It's very difficult to tell because there is someone dressed in Western attire who is basically covered in cloaks and a cowboy hat and a bandana and all sorts of stuff. And then you see an orc with a giant pink mohawk who is staying at the front, looks like they were pulled straight out of the 80s. And that person's name is Moss. The cowboy's name is Whitman. And together, they are the NFC Beasts.
Fuck off.
I'm very proud of this. And they are going to be your opponents, but you guys have to determine who goes first right now. So whoever the team captain is for your team shall now go forward and roll a d20, which is going to be the equivalent of flipping a coin. If you roll heads, you get to go first. If you roll tails, they get to go first.
Fartek probably thinks he's the captain, but he just always thinks that he's just letting Slippy do it. But yeah.
Okay. 17.
All right, you guys get to start on the rally then. And let's roll initiatives.
Sorry, guys. What are we doing right now?
This whole episode is such a savage indictment of the head trauma situation in the NFL. It's a brilliant satire.
That's what I was going for. I haven't even gotten to the rowdy commissioner who encourages you guys to play as violently as possible.
Didn't Will Smith make a movie adaptation of this?
Concussion, yeah.
And Baron Corbin got in trouble for saying that there was a concussion problem.
I was definitely thinking, though, that the best ending for this show in traditional Chris style would be we win the game, but then we go back to the locker room and we find the pangolin dead, and it's like murder mystery next time on RallyBall.
Oh great. These characters have to solve a puzzle.
Oh my god.
Wow. This group of characters try to do a murder mystery.
I want to do this now.
It would be so good.
Where the lights go out and then when they come back on, it's just a dead body in the middle of the ring.
Come on. Don't be a coward, Chris.
Do we want to do this?
Yes. Should we cut this part out? We'll see.
Yeah. Do we want to do that? That's a way more interesting. And when we do a sequel episode, it's a murder mystery.
All these idiotic athletes have to figure this shit out.
Do you guys legitimately want to do that?
I'm on board. Absolutely.
That sounds kind of amazing.
I'm fine with it.
Okay. So you guys go first. You're stealing yourselves up. You see that there's the orc on the other side who's kind of stomping his feet, getting ready to just go at it. There's this tension kind of palpable in the air as you see this giant looming on the other side. And suddenly in that moment, the lights go out.
Already? We're not even going to play.
And when they come back on, there is a pangolin costume in the middle of the ring.
I can't believe you've done this.
Slippy gets down on his knees, clutches the pangolin costume close to him, and yells, "No!"
Oh boy.
You know what? I'm honestly right now very amused by the idea that this started as a sports one shot, and if it continues, every episode after it is anything but a sports. Like it's a murder mystery, and then the next one is you guys trying like going to space to like rescue people or something like that.
I'm all over that. I'm down with that.
We're gonna have to leave some of this in because it's gonna seem so fucking weird and abrupt.
I mean, weird and abrupt is generally my style for doing anything. So,
I mean, it's not wrong. Yeah.
I think some people are going to be extremely upset and some people are going to fucking love it if they're like, okay, a sports episode, I'll listen to this. And then they're like, we end with a murder mystery. And then they'll be like, okay, I'll give it a chance.
It sounds fun.
But who has killed Pennyworth the pangolin coach? Was it Jacq upset at the coach for accusing him of cheating, which he totally did? Was it Dominique upset at the coach for implying that they should cheat more? Or was it a member of the NFC Beasts trying to gain a psychological advantage over their opponents? Find out next time on RallyBall.
can you imagine the controversy if your coach wound up dead in the middle of the ring and they still made you play the game?
That's not how we start this.
That's how we start everything.
Live from the credit prison. It's Lauren's at my house.
Somebody should stop me.
If you want to support the show, first of all, tell Lauren to stop. She's ruining everything.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, I do what I want.
Clearly. Tell them about the Patreons. What's the plural? Patreon-I? Petronus. Peebus. Tell them about the Peebus.
Austin Yorski.
No, you fucked up already.
AustinYorski.com.
You're going back into your cell.
No!
It's not AustinYorski.com. You fucking Peebus. You know. Patreon.com/AustinYorski. That's me.
That guy, yeah. Other people too.
Patreon.com/LauraKBuzz. She has books. Buy the books. She talks about them. Episode description. You can click on stuff. You know how to click.
There's links. I love a link.
Oh my god. Patreon.com/WeeklyManga Recap. That's Chris.
He's very sad. Please give him money.
And Conrad's at Of Horse. That's patreon.com/ofhorse.
Yes.
Bojack. He's also on, he keeps calling it Movie Boys. It's Spin-Off Doctors, and it's in the Jimquisition feed. He's been on the show for 1.5 years, and we've never said that.
Really?
It's not even its own feed.
We're really bad at doing the credits.
Super bad, dog. Tell them about your things.
I'm on Twitter. It's pretty cool. That's RAWRGLICIOUS, and you can buy pictures of my titties.
That's the thing you can do. Tell us about the executive producers for July 2019.
A Bozog blew my cover 6. Romantics defeat the evil mimics.
Okay, so now you're gonna scream because you're in my house. When you're at your house, you fucking whisper into the mic.
Suck my dick. No. A werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand.
You're doing the whole thing now. You want me to come in here? I'm too far away from the mic. They can't hear me.
Aaron, conduit of festive anarchy. Happy Bastille Day.
Hell yeah.
Abigail Grace.
Oh, she's screaming.
Adrian White.
Aftershock, lecherous patron of Lauren's lascivious ludoporium.
Thanks, homie. Aki Savalainen.
I'm not doing this. Albert West.
Aaliyah. Alex Vepra. Alice in the Purple. An otter cuddling with their otter plushie.
Andrew Birmingham. I'm just gonna step in from now and then. Nope.
Nope.
Now she's sassing me. Andrew Feget, conduit of helping Lauren dunk on Austin itself.
Andrew Grothin. Oh yeah, it's me, Andy.
She's so high, y'all.
Andrew R. Andy Harkins. Anna, conduit of procrastination. Anthony, patron of Dora, that's my character, I should say it right.
Oh my god, she's losing it, folks.
Antonio, conduit of snacks. Antonio, please bring me the snacks. Arachnovolt, leaving the credit prison to play Ultimate Alliance 3. I don't know what that is.
It's a video game.
I assumed. Arcanist of Reliance.
You can't.
I don't know how to say that word correctly.
Rhyalea? We talked about this before. It's from Lovecraft.
But I forget things.
That's true.
Oh, there's Moose! Archibald H. Cactus Esquire, conduit of Moose. I don't remember what Moose isn't anymore.
We've lost the plot on that whole storyline.
Arjan Limite. Arjan de Koning. Ash, the Big Bean Girl. Aubrey Hunter. Austin Korgsky, conduit of Best Boy itself.
Bark!
Austin! You guys are awesome. Isaac, conduit of Gabble, Gabble, Gabble. Backwoods.
The backwoods.
Backward. I can't do it now. I'm broken.
Backwards of Conduit, Sparkle, Beef Swellington, Conduit of Meat, BJ, Conduit of Miniature Giant Space Hamsters, B-Ray Echo. Before we continue, I gotta say, I got tiny nips.
Blue 6. Bone? Is it Bone S or Bones?
I feel like if it was Bones, it would have 3 S's. With only 2, it looks like Bone S.
Bone S. Brady, conduit of successful murder. No! Finally.
You're under arrest. This is a sting operation.
I'm no narc. Brent, still every episode of Dice Funk. Goatly. Birdie Monk, private security. Used ocular pat down. It's super effective. Please do that next one.
By the way, you may slam jam my mam ham. I feel like you could have put clams in there somehow. By the way, you may clam slam my jam mam hams.
Callum, what is Moose? We must know. Turner. Cameron Abbas.
Well, hold on. Let's put our official guess in for the week. What is Moose this week? I'm going to say a worm.
Have I already said turtle?
I feel like you probably have. But you didn't say tortoise.
Tortoise and or bearded dragon.
Okay. Can't spell mustelata without must. That's the family the ferrets are in.
Oh, you love those guys.
I really do.
Candace, listen to Dice Funk. Starling.
Lauren actually doesn't listen to Dice Funk.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't always finish the
Uh-huh.
So, who is that noise? Carriage One, conduit on crushing on Austin in a respectful, non-horny way.
I'll let you know, I'm only horny for credits. That's it. I've never been horny in any other way.
Charlie, oh god, I forgot about all the puns in season 3. Chocolate.
The show's good.
Chris, conduit of bad decisions walling. Christ, man, conduit of dying for your horny sins.
We're gonna have to multi-kill that fool.
Christopher Charlotte.
Go Ho Blast. You need help reading there, homie?
I forgot for a second.
Corum the wheels on the Merkaba go round and round and shout, holy!
Cosmignon, conduit of stardust.
Counterfeit.
C.R. Saldana, prophet of RN Jesus.
Q, I appreciate you, yes you. Cumber.
DL.
Dandy Snuff.
Daria, go right.
Damn it, Daria, you know what you have to do.
Dawning Frost.
Decibel.
Dennis Pancake Detlefson.
Devin, conduit of evolution.
Don Johnston.
Dorian, conduit of devotion.
Dr. Tao.
Dr. Goatman.
Dr. Isix.
Dragon in the server room.
Dylan and Rillin the dog, listening on a lazy Sunday morning, also dishes.
You got it, dog.
Okay, Dylan, conduit of bigger skeleton booty. Ebra and I am too cuckold for this shit.
Very good.
INRJ.
Ecorn.
Elder Dog.
ElderlyGoose.com. Canonically not born. That's true, I checked.
Eleanor Donantes Perrotin, conduit of endless crushes. Please help. Aline.
I really like how you put a lot of energy into that question mark. Holy shit.
Elizabeth Jackalope. Elusive Lily. Emma Moose is none of those things. God damn it.
Emma, you're really fucking with us now. You're really cheesing my onions.
Why is that about?
I don't know. It's just the words that came out.
Emma Murons. Indigo Van Dyne. Eric. Conduit of insatiable horniness.
Good Christian boys and girls are only horny for credits. That's the only thing we're allowed to be horny for.
You can go, dog.
Oh no, I don't want to go, dog.
Aaron Lalagadek. Ethan Lawrence. Evan Ledoux, conduit of finally deciding to support the show after you. And then it cut off, but thank you. Extolaris. You gotta do that one.
I do? I ring Mike, conduit of holy, 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 holy. Just Google Trisagion. It's a real thing. It's a liturgical thing in Christianity. You gotta say it.
Fabian got that dank. Florian H. Francois Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. You tried.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
Francois V.
Frank Sands. Listen to Continue podcast and Dice Funk.
Gabe, I named my Roomba Steve Dade Albacaris. That is smart. Grapefruit juice.
We're only in the G.
Holy shit. Chris.
Chris.
I was gonna say Skitch.
Chris.
So mad. Chris. Graffiti. Conduit of rhetorical questions. Grimlock. Guinevere Cummings. Afthor Grundarson. First of his name. What a fire and brimstone redeet. Harley Astor. Harrison Andrew. Harry! More boys in crop tops. I agree.
You can't just scream.
There's 4 exclamation points. I have to scream.
That's fair.
Hejon Mast. Hers pussy broke down. Yeah, big same. I'm done.
Oh no, she died. Alright, I'm subbing and get out of here. How do I make friends? Regards. Conduit of social faux pas. Hunter Howland. Shut up. She's here now, so if she tries to interrupt me, I can just karate chop her. Hustle Bones, Ian Morgan, Ingmar Gremmin, Ink Drop the Ooze, Inducer of Oozmosis, careful, it's contagious. Invicta here, reminding you to celebrate soul's independence, or else. Jer. Isaac, conduit of Tux the Penguin. I've been talking like Laura and IRL, and now my family's worried.
Everyone else is too.
Do you think that we're going to look back on this and be like, wow, Lauren was the corniest bitch who ever lived. She's always talking about doggos and big heckin' puppers. Or do you think it's timeless? Or we're like, no, that's just how Lauren talked.
I talk so weird, yo. I just said yo!
James Neely. Jamie, the pink-haired I almost said massacre. That's really
Oh my god!
Jamie, the pink-haired menace. Janiac, conduit of... Okay, Lauren, you read this one.
Conduit of a hot tabaxi mama licking my furry bits.
Janiac, just because you're Laura's fiancé, do you think you can just come on here and say anything you want? Is that what you think's going on? Because there's things I won't say, and that's one of them. I found it.
Jaspel, conduit of birthdays. Happy birthday, I'm assuming? I mean, okay.
All July.
All July. Everybody, happy birthday. Jay Logan, conduit of queerness itself. Jayish Wizard, the Wizard J. Jealous Goddess Pause. Cosplay. Pause Clay.
Pog play.
No! Jenny Colby. That one's yours.
Which one is me?
Just
Fedye?
yeah.
Are you just gonna give you any ones with J's in them, huh? Is that what's going on? So we're Americans. Sorry about our mouths.
John Kerry, not that one. John Potts. Johnny's number 3 fan.
Me and Leon are 1 and 2, obviously.
Oh, John Barnett, conduit of always trying to catch up, but never quite. Johnny Tips.
I wish I had some Johnny tips.
Joseph Tombrello, cutting that off.
To deal with my Johnny, I always want tips.
Josie, conduit of gender feels fanfics. Drew Man Jack. Julian Phillips, conduit of Kaizen. Just a jester. Justin, conduit of asking how will we be emotionally ruined this time.
Oh, there's a lot of small, cute things to get attached to.
Yorgi.
Sure hope nothing bad happens to him.
You get to finish.
Okay. Jorgen, Indie Monster, Winewick Ford, conduit of name butchering.
Caster UK. Kate, conduit of semi-regular regret. Kiefer Lowe. Keith Chauman.
Keith Chonkers.
That's what I thought too.
Chonkers.
The Keller Automat. Ken, conduit of finally writing this goddamn PhD dissertation. You get him, Ken. Kentoroy? Whichever.
You can tell when her brain just shuts down and she's thinking about fucking seals again.
Oh, I really love pinnipeds. Kentoroy. That's the best you're gonna get from me, homie. Kevin Dobbins. Killer Cotton Shizno. Kaneko Fan. Kitty Foe. Condiment of guessing plot points.
They really got my number this season.
Not thing. Corito Prime apologizes to everyone he Patreons except Austin.
Never apologize for me.
Christina, conduit of vegetarian Valravin. Oh, neat.
It took you a second.
Criterion, Kato is Elias from Magus Bride.
I get that reference. I actually specifically... Never mind. I was just going to say I talk about this character design, but I tried to avoid the Magus Bride guy on purpose.
Crystal, who thinks season 5 was a cover-up paid for by Big Mothman TM. Kyle Badsvik. Kyle, president of the Drop Goodwood fan club. Lana...
Chop.
Is it...
Chop.
Okay, I'm going to let you get in here.
Lana Seawolf, Lady of Bones.
Lawrence Duckling. Okay, I just want to make it clear. It is my mom's duckling. I have not been in the same area as the duckling, because that's 7 hours south of here, because Florida's insane.
That's never stopped me from taking ownership of dogs I've never met.
That's true. If you send Austin a dog picture, he is legally the owner of your dog.
Mine.
Lauren Cates. It's Strong Independent Bozog Day, a.k.a. July the Block!
The acoustics in here are noticeably echoey when you're around.
Loki making donuts in homage with the all-powerful Moose.
We're gonna start a moose cult soon.
Ludovico Limited. Luke Powers. Lulu Skidoo. Luther the conduit of having too many pet burbs. Luther, don't hold out on me. Joe. I do that every time. The Cult of Gorfanax. Master Rank's Devious Idea. Matt Collier. Matt Lackett would like to know how to get past the character limit. Matthew B. Hare. Matthew Schultz. Maximum Side Boob 5. Side boobs in space. Mashin. Conduit of motivation issues. Me too, bro. It's cool. Melbent. Michael Grauman. Michael Hall. Am I too loud?
I'm really scared to look at the waveforms. I can't get away from the Excel document without looking at them, and it's going to be a fucking massacre. Where were we?
I said Michael Hall, I think.
Oh, fuck. They sent us a correction on how to pronounce their name. Is it Mikael Minkler? Mikael? Michel. Fuck. I'm not even high for the record.
How are you listening?
Mikael Minkler, conduit of LGBTQIA plus Wrath Month.
Do I hit?
Don't tell them I hit you. They're gonna know.
You fuck. Midlife stasis. Mike Dross.
It wasn't even a hit. I tagged you in for the record.
Whatever, bitch. Mika from Finland.
It's a wrestling thing.
Miles and Rose, conduits of yin and yang. Modified Matthew. Morgan Rapp. Mr. Willie Phoenix Stevens, lesbian seagull Pooh Bear Shaker. My personal favorite patron, Matt Luce.
Oh, you cracked the code.
My Valentine is postmodern art artist Cy Twombly. Namita Aneskins, conduit of natural to itself. Nathaniel Holman. Nicholas Dominic. Nicole Woodruff. Nina Person. Not S. Kearney, but Ideal Brando.
Nani?
Is that Paye Rob Zerg?
As far as I know.
I like to do the yeah.
You can do whatever you want, and legally they can't sue you.
Nice. Pangolin needs Laura to use some goddamn magic.
Was that about Leah Moira? She's doing some magic. Well, they haven't heard the best magic so far, so.
Oh, patriotism is a lark.
It really is.
Paul Mullen. Pineapple. Pixel
Pineapple.
Fool. Please call me Ashley. Yes. Just Ashley. Pocket Sundial. Preston Bowers. Pro Wrestling Mothman Jermaine Walls. Professor Husband Fizzleback. Philosophy of Hallucination Department. I need to breathe. A Shard Point.
Did you lose your breath?
Yes! I can't breathe through my nose. I have a deviated septum.
Listen, reading credits is technically exercise for everyone out there.
Pruitt Holcomb. Puck. Conduit of large ambitions but poor follow through. Don't call me out, please. Raccoon Empire does not recognize the notorious possum insurgent.
Insurgency, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
I know what they meant, but I had to do it. Ramses the cat has run out of funky cats, unless necromancy?
Cats are notoriously susceptible to necromancy, if you haven't seen Pet Sematary.
The new one blows. Random conduit of Would You Like a Hug? Razumi Yazura. Remsiv. Robert Chisholm. Robert Dakin. Robert E. Calf Baker. Only 2 seasons until the sex season. Oh, they're holding us to that.
Roll you wet.
Did you want to say words?
Robert Tuttle?
Yeah.
RalloT used roundness. It's super effective. Salad Child. Sam Zdenowitz. Sean Lyons-Burke. Sean, the host of Funk Dunk Plays. Semin, conduit of harder slatty. Shane Sedgwick. Shane Ware. Check out the embalmed apple to support a new creator. She is beauty, she is grace. Kel kicks Nazis in the face. Shocking Link. Yeeter of responsibilities.
Sin Milk Tom.
Okay, Lauren's back in. She loves the Sin Milk.
Sir Octopus. Oh, no.
That's a new character. Sir Octopus.
My mouth is very dry, okay?
He's got 8 tentacles and 8 something else, and he's ready to go.
I can't do it. Oh, chivalrous cephalomon.
In his eyes, Sir Octopus. Prepared to be pissed.
I wonder how long this episode's credits is gonna be.
4 hours.
Socialism is party cohesion plus Soviet power. Squidcap, the conduit of getting called mommy by strangers on the internet.
Oh my god. Sir Octopus is out there calling people mommy.
Starlight Glimmer did nothing wrong. That guy. Stefan Lund, also a Danish shapeshifting raven. But I'm already happily something.
Married? In a relationship?
Eating pizza? No.
Pizza sounds better.
Stenar, no.
Come on.
Sometimes my mouth is bad, okay?
We're losing her, folks.
Stin had conduit of consonants. They did it on purpose.
True.
Summer Yam in the living season. Summer Yam in the living season.
Are you okay?
It's just very funny. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I need to breathe more, y'all.
Just in general.
Sydney Marsing. Saritha, asexual and loving it.
Oh, it's so good not to be horny.
I got distracted by Austin talking about horny. Tales of Inquiry. That sounds like a Masterpiece Theater shit. Terra, conduit of terrible puns. The cast of Dungeons the Gathering. The murderous penguin who secretly lives in your sock drawer. Get a move on, penguin. You think I want to be here? The pigeons are on to me. They must be stopped. I need you to get the... Oh, I think they're dead. The Precursor. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Marietta, Georgia. Tim Lutton. Toby Gleason stack. Toshiro Kuro, conduit of never living up to my own impossible goals. Do you want to get in here, homie? I can keep going.
No, I'm workshopping the Octopus character.
Trace!
What do you think about this for a voice? It's me, Octopus. I'm here to piss.
Are you sure you're not high?
I just want to piss.
Who was Trace Marsing? I think. I'm sorry.
All he does is piss.
Transient passerby. Trevor 5, get out of here. It's my 21st birthday. Can I get a yeet? Yeah. Touche. Shy. Shay. I don't know. My brain died. Anyways, Shay. Lauren's snake voice equals maximum throbness. Thanks, homies.
Should we just address now that you're going for Hungarian? Is what because people are like, oh, she's doing Austin's Russian, and Austin's Russian is Ukrainian, but that's another topic.
I like to filter between French and like Italian Elon Musk, but I'm going for Hungarian.
She don't pay the taxes.
I do not pay the taxes. I saw was New York. What's wrong with me? Anyways, Vigar Arnston, Victoria Melito, conduit of quietness. I did the thing.
Piss.
Don't. Victoria Valentine. Vinny, conduit of eating too many edibles. No, Vinny. Okay. Just a
He's gonna be really earnest about this.
Pro tip. If you have access to CBD only stuff, if you get too high from edibles, the CBD will counteract that feeling. This has been School in the Credits with Lauren. Okay. Violet Skittles Unicorn, ignorant of humans' ways. She's a sailor.
That's what he said, huh? I remember how I sound now. Get the guards. I have to take her back to the credit prison.
Volcano pussy melt your Peter like ice.
Sounds like a rap lyric.
It really does. Renchi, now that introductions are done, how are you? I don't know, man.
Horny for credits.
Stop it. Zephosaurus, you know, Jade is hot. Nice one, Jade.
I'm in bed now, Jade. I'm the other side of the room.
Z23619. Zoltar, the Viking death metal caterpillar, conduit of retribution. Retribution, I don't know.
That guy sounds like he fucks.
It's over now.
Tell him about the fucking websites.
I thought we already did that.
Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube. Translate for me.
Google Play, I think. iTunes. Podbean. Did I already say YouTube? I sure did.
My dick.
His dick. What have we done?
Leave a comment on this dude.
Don't be afraid to look in the episode description because nothing we've said in today is helpful.
Don't be frightened.
Don't be frightened of our links.
That's what angels say in the Bible when they appear to people. They say, do
like,
not be afraid.
Listen, homies, calm your tits. It's cool. We'll be okay.